RoxTalks. It's so good to see y'all. It is the final day of the first week of RoxTalks, which is amazing, and it's flown by and it's been a lot of fun. So first and foremost, I want to thank you for listening or watching any of the episodes from this week. And if you've missed any, you can binge them on the weekend. They're like 16, 15 minutes or less. So today, well, first of all, we're going to have to talk about the Bachelor wedding, the Golden Bachelor wedding, which was an appointment watching type of moment. I'm going to keep you posted on what's going on the dog front. Did I get duped? I did a little something yesterday, so I'll let you know what I did there and what I know so far. And we're getting ready for the weekend. So let's get started. Okay, so Golden Bachelor wedding. Did you watch it? Y'all. It was 2 hours, and the actual wedding started, I think, like 13 minutes into the second hour. They had to give us like them getting ready and meeting with Mindy Weiss, who is like the premier wedding planner. They showed us their oh my goodness, her bridal shower, which was a little bit odd, and also her bachelorette party. And then her picking out her wedding dress, and they showed us all the things. They also had to show us Bachelor Nation royalty. So it was like a bunch of who's who in the Bachelor world, if you've watched any of the seasons. So some highlights, because I'm going to go into it like in depth. Cindy Padgham and I are going to be on my Instagram at RoxTalks at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. So that's like 3 o'clock Central and 1 o'clock Pacific Time. So you'll be able to, if you really want to get nitty gritty, join us there today for this Friday. But some highlights that I saw that were interesting. First of all, I laughed so hard at her bachelorette party because I thought it was so cute. She did a boudoir photo shoot, which I'm like, that's right. Great choice to show the world that you can do a boudoir photo shoot at any age. And so she had some of her girlfriends from the show come and do it. And it was funny to see some of them were very like, I can't do this. But they did. And some of them were like, yeah, I'm all over it. So fun. Also of note, she did, like I mentioned, they did the bridal shower, which was weird because Kathy was there. And if you remember, Kathy was the one Teresa had some issues with throughout the season. So it was kind of weird that she was there. And I thought to myself, but if she was really your friend, wouldn't she have also been at the bachelorette party? But she wasn't. So it was interesting how they picked and chose. Also of interest, Jesse Palmer, his baby, his first child is due any moment. So he hosted. But as I told you, they had Susan be the wedding officiant. And y'all, she was so good. Like, if you're not married yet, if you're planning on getting married or remarried, you need to track her down. She did an excellent job. They had Kathy and my girl Charity Lawson were on the golden carpet interviewing different people. And I thought Charity did a great job. Kathy was like a loose cannon. And by the end, what I learned was she really is single and she really doesn't want to be. Because every person she talked to, it was about, oh, I'm single. Oh, I need to find someone. I was like, we get it, Kathy. We know you're on the show. We get it. So that was a little bit much for me, but I thought Charity did a good job of kind of balancing kind of the cray-cray. And I should mention, speaking of cray-cray, Brayden, if you watch Charity season or if you watch Bachelor in Paradise, Brayden was a character. He likes to wear earrings and he's a traveling nurse. He got together with Barbara Mandrell's niece, Christina Mandrell. I can't remember which one of the sisters. Did you ever watch the Mandrell show? We used to watch it all the time when I was growing up. So I think it's Louise. I could be wrong, but Louise Mandrell's daughter was on the last season of The Bachelor and with Zach. And she was a character. I totally, fully enjoyed her. And she has that Mandrell look. So she and Brayden ended up getting together, and they hard launch. That's what they call it these days, right? If you're announcing that you're together, it's a hard launch if you put it out there. It's a soft launch if you just let people kind of see you together. Like, wait a minute, are y'all together? Hard launch, soft launch. Anyway, they had hard launched right after Bachelor in Paradise, and they've been dating since like the summer. Well, he proposed to her pre-the wedding, pre-Teresa and Gary's wedding at the pre-reception, which was super sweet. She's like, is this why we had to get our nails done? But I have to tell you, the backlash online has been fierce about it. People are like, how dare he take their spotlight in their and how dare you don't do that at a wedding? But what I think was really interesting was we have to remember it's a TV show before it's a wedding. It's entertainment. They need some type of engagement because Bachelor in Paradise was a disaster and all the couples broke up. And also, Jesse Palmer made a point of coming back later and saying, I just want you guys to know Braden asked permission from Teresa and Gary before he did it. So anyway, wedding was beautiful. I cried. The vows were so wonderful. And then their daughters also said some great, I mean, they were just excellent. That what they said was excellent. I was crying. Scott's like, are you crying? I'm like, I am crying. This is so sweet. Anyhow, if you didn't watch it, it is on Hulu. You should check it out. It was good TV. Good, wholesome, wonderful TV. Okay, so yesterday I told you about my little interesting discovery with Maisie, the dog who's coming, that the breeder sent me pictures of her, and I'm like, these pictures were posted in 2022 on your Facebook. What is happening? So I sent a note to my sister as well too, and I was like, oh, Roche, what should I do? I told Scott, and Scott just kind of took it in stride. He's like, okay, so you're saying you got duped? I'm like, he didn't use the word duped, he used scammed. But I was like, we'll see. We'll just see. I don't know. I'm like, I have it handled. So Rochelle was like, just send her a note saying that I noticed it and to check and just check. I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to do that. So I sent her a note, a little bit of a fib. I said, hi, I just want to let you know I was showing my sister the pictures and she recognized them because she kind of helped me find you. She recognized them as posts you had on your Facebook group. I said, I just want to make sure I'm not getting like that this is all on the up and up. Well, she wrote back to me. Now let me just tell you. First, I tried to call her because I wanted to have the conversation. I'm a talker. But she was at work. And then I texted her that because I just needed to get it out there into the world. And she wrote back and she was like, oh, you know, they don't really change it this quickly. She's born on the 22nd of December. So I was just sending pictures of what she looks like, what she would look like. But I will send you pictures. Because I said, can you send me actual like recent pictures? She said, these are the pictures when she was born, which of course I was able to look. And those were truly on the date that she said she was born. And then she said, I'll send you pictures later. And she went out of her way all day to make sure that I felt okay. I left it alone. I didn't respond back initially, but she sent me pictures of her. I checked. They were actually taken today. Yes. Or yesterday, I should say. And then also she was like, let me know if you want to FaceTime anytime. You can FaceTime with her. And then at 6 weeks when she has her shots, I can go see her. So I feel better. Want to let you know, thank you for your thoughts and your suggestions and all those things with that. Because I was like, oh boy, that would have been, I mean, it's a lesson learned. What are we going to do? But I'm glad that all things are a go here. So that's a good thing. This weekend is technically my second weekend here in Arizona, but my first where we're not aggressively unpacking or meeting with movers or all of those things. So it's the first, it'll be 7 days in Arizona tomorrow. And what I want to do is do a little exploration, go to the gym finally, because I've not been to the gym all year. Can you believe it? I've been to the gym since last year. Gosh, that sounds dramatic. And kind of do a little bit of exploring because we've just been really, in a way, just in the house, just unpacking. You can see there's boxes. If you're watching, boxes still behind me. We can't find the vacuum. There's still boxes in my office. So I think them there. By the way, I got my closet as done as I can. I need more hangers and some more organizational things. And I want to get a California closet. I'm hearing you go to IKEA and they do it there and it's the same stuff. So interesting. I'll be diving into that. So eventually I want to get a custom closet, but in the meantime, I have some clothes that need to get up somewhere. So hangers are going to happen. And then we're going to the Cardinals game, which is so fun. We were supposed to go to the Cardinals game on Christmas 2022 to see Tom Brady in his last season. And Southwest Airlines screwed up and canceled all the flights. And we were one of the canceled flights, so we missed it. We're traveling Christmas Day. So it'll be fun to go to the stadium and we're going to see the Seahawks. So that will be delightful. I got to tell you, I don't know how long you've lived in your city, but I hope that when you hear me talk about this, it gives you kind of like a rebirth, like, let me explore my city a little bit more. What can you do that you haven't done? We get into, I don't want to say a rut. We get into a routine. It's an R. It's a routine where we do the same things over and over again. And maybe we only do things within a certain mile radius of our home or our work or where we worship. What have you not explored? Because what I noticed from our last like couple months in California. Our goal was like, let's do all the things we said we were going to do. We didn't end up getting to do that because we did have to go to a family emergency, and we were in Boston for a month. So that kind of derailed things. But there's a lot of things and a lot of places. You know, you find your favorite restaurant, you only go to your favorite restaurant. You do certain things and you just stick with those things. What can you do to like fall in love with another part of your city all over again? I'm excited about the rebirth with that. And I would encourage you to do that. We were driving around needing to grab food the other night, and I saw Barrow's, some people call it Barrow's Pizza, which was a pizza joint or place that we used to go to near my high school. Remember, I live in Chandler and I grew up in Chandler. And I was like, oh my gosh, first of all, there's another one. I'm like, I wonder if the pizza tastes the same. He's like, let's go there. I'm like, okay. So we went there, and the second I took a bite out of the pizza, it literally took me back to high school in a good way, because we used to love Barrow's Pizza. I was like, oh my gosh. And I was telling Scott, I'm like, how long have they been around? They've been around since I want to say it was 80 or 83. I'm like, yeah. I was going in there like, no, maybe it was in the 90s. Anyhow, I was going there soon after they opened. Maybe I opened in the 90s, but I'm like, wow, that's wild. And they're still around. And now they have a bunch of different locations all around town. But it was kind of fun and nostalgic. I was like, oh my gosh, I know this pizza. But really, what have you not explored? I bet you that there's some amazing places in your neighborhood, in your actual neighborhood, you've never tried, and you go and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so delightful and wonderful. Not only would I encourage you to try them, but then share it with other people. If you're in business, or if you do like social media, pop it on your social media and celebrate it. But if you don't, let your friends and family know. There's so many different places and things to explore right in our own city, our own state, our own county, our own world. All right, with that, I'm going to leave you. Thank you so much for being with me this week. I hope you've truly enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've had so much fun with you, and we're going to be talking about and doing all sorts of different things, and just a little tidbit of life for you as we move around. So have a great weekend and go be great.